Matt Gaetz is scum and he is weird as hell, okay? Hi, welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, please click subscribe and click that bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload. I'd really appreciate if you subscribe and you click the bell, y'all. If y'all want me to continue to do videos, and I'd sincerely do appreciate if you continue to donate at patreon.com/JOA. Baby, I'll be on the clock if 500 people donate $5, which I know y'all got it, okay? I asked icebreaker questions, okay? Are you team Matt Gaetz or team the people that's coming out, such as the minor? I hate talking about kids, that's coming out and telling her story about, she's being sold allegedly by Matt Gaetz, trafficked allegedly, and Matt Gaetz just showing people the nudes and everything, and this man had the audacity to go on Fox News and get Tucker Carlson out of all people. Babe, if you know Tucker Carlson don't like you, then something, you must be below in hell, okay?
And I believe we are in an era of our politics now, Tucker, where people are smeared to try to take them out of the conversation. I'm not the only person on screen right now who's been falsely accused of a terror. You were accused of something that you did not do, and so you know what this feels like. You know the pain it can bring to your family, and you know how it just puts people on defense when you're accused of something so salacious and awful. But it did not happen. It is not true. And the fact that it is the basis of this attempt to extort my family tells a lot. And if the FBI and Department of Justice will release the tapes that they are in possession of, the American people will see what is really going on.
You just referred to a mentally ill viewer who accused me of a 20 years ago, and of course it was not true. I never met the person. But I do agree with you that being accused falsely is one of the worst things that can happen, and you do see it a lot. Let's go back to the investigation. You say that it was or is underway. There was an investigation. What is the basis of that investigation? What is the allegation? That's really not very clear from these news stories.
Yeah, again, I only know what I've read in the New York Times. I can say that actually you and I went to dinner about 2 years ago. Your wife was there, and I brought a friend of mine. You'll remember her. And she was actually threatened by the FBI, told that if she wouldn't cop to the fact that somehow I was involved in some pay-for-play scheme, that she could face trouble. And so I do believe that there are people at the Department of Justice who are trying to smear me, providing for flights and hotel rooms for people that you're dating who are of legal age is not a crime. And I'm just troubled that the lack of any sort of legitimate investigation into me would then convert into this extortion attempt.
I don't remember the woman you're speaking of or the context at all, honestly.
So according to rawstory.com, Matt Gaetz has been informally blacklisted, baby. Yes, he has been blacklisted by Fox News after trying to loop host Tucker Carlson into his sex trafficking scandal during an appearance last month. So y'all know Tucker Carlson is like the king of Fox News with all them viewership. So you know when you cross Tucker Carlson, especially when Matt Gaetz trying to deviate from his scandal and trying to join television as some type of host, you know you ain't gonna get no job after doing what you did to Tucker Carlson. So Raw Story reports that Florida Republican angered network brass after seemingly trying, as you guys saw, to turn Tucker Carlson into an exonerating witness, which made the popular primetime host visibly uncomfortable on air. And Fox News insiders told the Daily Beast that Gaetz was going to be excommunicado for a while. I know the Daily Beast lean left, okay? There's no surprise. They always torture Meghan McCain. They always just post stuff about, just the right-wing people. And it's kind of like an opinion piece as well. So when you have two parties, when you have two outlets that lean differently, come together and do a report on a story like a scumbag like Matt Gaetz, now you know something is wrong. So Raw Story says it's highly unlikely you'll see him on again anytime soon. Okay, so Carlson was also pissed off, y'all. He was reportedly livid, according to Raw Story, that Gaetz tried to implicate him during the interview, but staffers and hosts are trying to walk a fine line between keeping the embattled lawmaker at arm's length without angering viewers who loved a loyal ally to former President Donald Trump. So, you know, it's a cult, y'all. You know, Matt Gaetz and Donald Trump. Donald Trump probably seen the man like a son and everything. And so, even the lowest of the low, getting a minor involved, and the fact that there is some implication that there might be some hissy fits going on about how Matt Gaetz is being treated, while what he did to a minor, that's kind of like, that's below it and going to hell, okay? So Gaetz hasn't appeared on Fox News since the last March appearance on Carlson's show, and the network has barely mentioned his name as the scandal continues to swirl around him. Okay, they were saying even Trump was critical of Gaetz' actions during the interview where he asked Carlson whether he remembered him bringing a 17-year-old companion on dinner date with the broadcaster and his wife, which is sick. Like, I don't care if you're not even like having sexual relations, okay? You're allegedly like a Charlemagne the God. There is a suspicion involved. I don't care if, you know, the autopsy, whatever, the DNA did not say that you had sexual relations with this person. If you are bringing a 15-year-old like Charlemagne the Gay does to a party, if Matt Gaetz is aligning himself with a 17-year-old girl, I don't care if y'all have a relation or not. There is something going on. There is something wrong here, and it's very highly inappropriate and criminal for someone to do that. So Trump was even saying, what was he thinking? Okay, Trump asked in the day afterwards, according to one person with direct knowledge of the matter, what the hell was Matt Gaetz thinking? Okay, and Trump is like people in Trump's camp and Trump allegedly, like, they're trying to like stay away from Matt Gaetz because this thing is going off the rails. Okay, and even there was a quote saying that Matt Gaetz used to be a useful idiot. Okay, now he's just an idiot to us. All right. So this is what happens when you are born into like money, right? And you use that for evil, like Meghan McCain does, and you're not raised correctly by your father, who is a prominent politician as well, in Florida. And this is what happens when you are a frog and you raise a frog. Shit like this happens all the time. And so this is the type of person that needs to be canceled. Okay, like, he is weird. Who at 38, 39, 40 years old share nude pictures and whoever was involved in this and is sharing and accepted the fact that he was sharing this in a political realm should be called out as well and should be fired as well. Because y'all, this is a sick matter to do. It's highly sick. But you know what? This is what these right-wing supers do all the time. He's just nasty. He likes to be aligned with people. And I'm still shocked that there hasn't been reports about him with a man. We need a Nestor investigation. There are reports out there from his former classmates who are coming out anonymously saying that they're not surprised. He used to do this in high school. And like, his former friend, who's no longer friends with Matt Gaetz, was like, they stopped being friends because he didn't grow up. He didn't grow out of it. So, I mean, it's just like, God knows what he did in high school if he's doing this now. Probably the same shit. Because in the reports, the storylines from former classmates had the same type of storyline of what he's doing now. And it's just like, dude, like, you're like you have like a mental illness. You're like a disease or something where you just like, you keep growing, your head getting big, but you still have temptations of a mentally ill child. Like, that's just like, dude, get some help. Baby, Tucker Carlson was like, leave me out of this. This is not what happened. And I would be pissed off if someone comes on my show and try to align with me with something of their matters. Like, nah, bruh. Like, I mean, not that would happen because I don't fucks with anybody. But I'm just saying, like, that's just like, if Tucker Carlson is like, no. Like, and if Tucker Carlson and Fox News don't want to align themselves with you, then you know you are lower than hell, okay? Anyways, y'all, please do subscribe and click the bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Patreon.com/JOAJOA. Please share this video with your friends. It does help. Deuces. Yay!